This game was so close to being the zombie game, but unfortunately, it fell short. Here's my review of Zombie, played and reviewed on PlayStation 4. In the world of Zombie, you play as one of the many randomly generated survivors. You're helped and guided by the ever-present radio voice known as the Prepper. He's someone who knows this apocalypse was coming, and as the name implies, he's preparing any survivors out there. You, as a survivor, first start off with the bare necessities to zombie survival, a classic paddle, and a simple gun. From there on, you're left to survive ye old British zompocalypse. One thing that really stands out regarding Zombie is the atmosphere, and the studio nailed it to a T. Britain has never looked so dreary and bleak as this game depicts it. From start to end, the atmosphere, the tenseness, the sounds and sights never lost their impact on me. I was, for the most part, scared. The zombies also especially stand out, in that I actually felt terrified whenever I saw one coming. The sounds they make, every guttural groan and gurgle, freaked me out. And don't get me started on how they look, with their dried blood-stained shirts, red cracked eyes, and rabid animal-like behavior. Solid zombie elements. Unfortunately, while the zombies sound and look great, they will eventually lose their scare factor for a number of reasons, such as wonky impact physics, very dumb AI, and special zombies. For example, in Zombie, there is a special type that is basically an electrified zombie that somehow magically disappears into the thin air and pops back up. I understand they wanted to vary their enemy designs, but unfortunately, it comes off as a way to break the semi-realistic vibe it was going for in the early parts of the game. It gets worse in that with every new location or mission ending, you can easily tell when an annoying zombie horde moment was coming. If you haven't watched or played any zombie media of sorts, then you'll probably be in for a great surprise here and there. With regards to combat, it's decent. Not amazing, nor horrid. The gunplay works well enough, while the melee combat could definitely use improvements with regards to zombie collisions. I could not help but laugh every time when a zombie gets hit, and they back up like I ripped a horrid fart. Inventory-wise, it's horrid. You can't at all organize your weapons and items. Whatever new thing you get is always placed at the end of your inventory, organized via 2 by whatever limited bag size grid you have. Worse comes the fact that the initial paddle and starter gun always takes the first 2 slots. This would have been less annoying if ammo boxes didn't take up slots as well. Oh, and the ammo counter on the guns you use? The game doesn't use bullet-based counting. Instead, you rely on magazines. Unless you really know the ammo counts of a magazine of this specific gun, you're probably gonna have a hard time saving and counting your shots. Doesn't help that there will be random moments where you accidentally or on purpose shoot off your weapons either due to panic or trying to land a headshot here and there. Now possibly the worst thing about this game is the visuals. While the atmosphere is definitely fantastic via looks and sounds, playing the actual game slightly lessened my immersion. If you're wondering why, it's because most of the time, it's like someone smeared oil over my camera. Then there's also the water splash effects that don't actually affect the whole camera but a center part of the screen. Which makes sense if you think about it, since this is a port of a Wii U game, which wasn't 1080p there, but is here. Zombie could have been one of the zombie game greats, with its semi-realistic attempt of the apocalypse is happening theme, but unfortunately it stops itself from doing so with the inclusion of wacky special zombies, smeared visual effects, and zombies that, while are great to look and hear, are dumb as a brick and can easily be outmaneuvered. Overall, my experience was stellar, up to the point where it started introducing special zombies. But even with those mentioned downers, the game is mostly good, just covered in some bits of bad. If you want a zombie experience similar to the kind you see in movies, well, this will definitely scratch your itch. This has been Unknown Bruneian. Thanks for watching. Till my next one.